Hi guys, my name is Diana, and today we will be interviewing athletes and coaches about their sports life and how their practices affect them and if they're able to keep up with grades and how it affects their mental health as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't have one of the coaches here with us today. She coaches JV girls basketball and her name is Coach Bermudez, but she did give us her answers in an email. We asked, "What time do you run your basketball practices?" She said, "Usually I run practices from 6 period, 2:30 to 4:30. We asked, "Do you think your amount of practice time makes your players better?" She said 2 hours is a standard practice time. A lot can improve within 2 hours, but it takes multiple practices and repetition to make players better. We asked, "Do you think the amount of practice time you give to your players allows them to be responsible for homework and or any after-school activities besides just basketball?" She said, "Yes, since our practices end at 4:30, it allows players time to get home and have time to do other stuff. Tutoring is also mandatory as a player, so that takes priority. In terms of other activities, it can be difficult to juggle, but it is doable. The player would just need to manage their time wisely and keep open communication between coaches and activity advisors." We asked, "Is your practice schedule also complex with your after work schedule and does it affect you?" She said, "It does affect my life. I sacrifice time away from family and hobbies. It is usually a longer commute at 4:32. However, I know what I am getting myself into. My commitment to the team is just as important as the players." We asked, "What is your opinion on coaches who run really late practices?" She said, "While I don't prefer late practices, I can understand why coaches do it, especially with a sport like basketball where there is a high demand for the gym, other sports, and levels for gym time." We asked, "If you had a choice, would you run practices later or earlier?" She said, "Earlier. I prefer earlier because then you have the rest of the day to do what you need to do." And lastly, we asked, "Overall, do you think this affects your players' mental health in a good or bad way?" She said, "I don't think practice times themselves affects mental health, but the managing of time before and after practice. Proper time management and the act of practicing should affect mental health in a good way if you enjoy the sport." We will be interviewing Alan Boswell and Julia Valenzuela.
I'm Julia Valenzuela. I play basketball. My coach is Coach Bermudez. We do it like a little bit during break, like I don't know exact the time, but it's like 2:23 or 2:35. Something like that, and then we end until like 4:30 roughly. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. I wish it would be longer sometimes, and I wish we had like weekend practices because sometimes I feel like we can do more, but then practice ends and we lose that time to better ourselves. Yeah, yeah. Like last semester, I was able to keep like all B's and up. It's very doable. Like there's time given at school too to keep it up too. Sometimes like for after school activities, sometimes it gets cut into my practice schedule, but I'm fine with that because like basketball is my everything. But like for tutoring, there's Howl. I'm fine with that. And there's like lunch too. I can go to my teachers at lunch. That's questionable because like I could say yes and no to that question because we are given like a huge amount of time. But at the same time, like sometimes at practice, we either don't take it seriously or we mess around. Like I do that too, but I feel like we should be given like more days or more like hours for practice sometimes.
My name is Alan Boswell. Football. David Prieta. Before school, start at 7:45 to like 9:15, And then after school from 3:30 to 4:30. Not really. Like I mean, I don't have anything to do before school, so I don't mind. Oh yeah, yeah. We still have time for that. Yeah, if like there was anything. But yeah, yeah. I think, yeah.